For hundreds of years, Vikings, Native Americans, European explorers and settlers have followed the winding curves and falls of the Old Man, building their lives on either side of the mighty Mississippi. Over a century ago, two cities rose up on opposite sides of the Great River, forever changing Minnesota's landscape of farms, fields, and rolling hills. One city became the state's largest, the other, the state's capital. Fraternal twins with distinct personalities. Minneapolis and St. Paul, two cities that reflect Minnesota values and define its direction. But like any sibling relationship, there has to be a little rivalry, right? There's only one way to settle this age-old debate. Tug-of-war. Welcome to WCCO's Pulling Together, an epic tug-of-war across the mighty Mississippi River to benefit Fraser. Two cities, 20 teams, and one amazing cause. It's time to pick up the rope and pull together for Fraser.
Hi everyone, we're pulling together to make a difference. Welcome, I'm Frank Basilero.
And I'm Chris Schaefer. Welcome to Hidden Falls for the inaugural tug-of-war showdown between the Twin Cities. We've got St. Paul and Minneapolis, Frank.
Yes, 10 teams from Minneapolis versus 10 teams from St. Paul, raising money to serve Minnesota families with special needs, which is a fun event.
It really is. This event is truly one of a kind, Frank. So much has happened just in the last few days.
I mean, when you look around, the tents, all the production equipment, the big screen televisions, the bleachers, 40-foot barges, all these different things on the river, pulling all this together this morning.
And not to mention the weather. Okay, we planned for high river levels, maybe some rain, but the heat, humidity, and the wind.
Yeah, 95 and humid and windy never crossed our mind. Crowd, you doing okay? You dealing with this all right?
Yeah, organizers had to scramble a bit to get extra water, of course, and even some misting tents out here, Frank.
Teams, logistics, all the planning that went into all of this. This is what you're about to see.
Yeah, really, and the vision for this big tug-of-war came from one of WCCO's most creative minds.
The idea came really from my childhood. I grew up in a small rural town, Port Byron, Illinois, where back in the late 80s, an idea like this happened. And the idea would be that Port Byron, Illinois would pull against Eau Claire, Iowa. For me, growing up there, it was a real sense of pride. I mean, it was what you did every year as you would go to the Tug Fest. You know, in my role, I'm asked to be a part of our community outreach program. And we take a lot of pride in that at WCCO. And we've realized that in today's world, as a typical media sponsor, a lot of times you can get behind events. You could support someone for a 5K or a gala, and those are all really great things to do. But with the power of the television station, we thought we need to create our own event. You know, something that's big and memorable and does a lot of good. I mean, that's really the formula there. So for me, and thinking about that with having the history of the tug-of-war back home, it just clicked. Now, it's not a border battle of states, but it's actually greater, in my opinion. I mean, this beauty of the twin cities, of the two cities, literally divided by the Old Man, the mighty Mississippi, is really cool. And anyone that's lived here, I've lived here long enough that I'm almost a Minnesotan. I think they allow me in. My neighbors bring me hot dish and stuff, so I think I'm in. You pick up on it. The Minneapolis-St. Paul, a little bit of a rivalry, a little bit of pride, but we are siblings, you know? At the end of all of it, we still all take great pride in the Twin Cities. So for us, this idea is not only that playing off that rivalry, but coming together, you know, hence pulling together. I mean, that's why it is what it is. At the end of the day, we'll have fun with the rivalry, but we'll unite as a city and do good for Fraser.
Well, that was just a brilliant idea from Casey and his entire team.
It really was, and it could only happen right here in the Twin Cities.
The original idea was get a long rope and pull from shore to shore across the river, and whoever pulls one team in, that's a winner. We quickly found out that Mother Nature may have other plans for us. To keep the playing surface level always, we had to create something that minimizes where the water levels are. The answer for that was barges. On top of those barges will be sand pits where the teams will be pulling literally from the top of the barges. We wanted to stay pure to the Minneapolis-St. Paul concept, that it was literally a Minneapolis property pulling against a St. Paul property, and this is the spot that really exemplifies that greatly.
This is it?
This is it, yeah. 350 feet, shore to shore. They are not swimming across the river. We have secured a paddle boat, the Magnolia paddle boat, that will take Minneapolis teams across the river in shifts. So we've orchestrated all of this to make that easy and safe and fun for the teams to participate on the Minneapolis side, but then to bring them back. You know, to bring them back in the area where we have food, trucks, music, beverages, that sort of thing that we can all celebrate the day together.
Let's get right to the action.
Yeah, indeed, let's do it. So this is not your average backyard tug-of-war. This is the real deal. WCCO even brought in DJs on board. DJs is actually a team out of Lakeville that are tug-of-war experts.
Yeah, really helpful. Special thanks going out to them. They've been serving as our judges, our pit crew, giving us techniques on how to do this epic tug-of-war. Like any event, we have to have a set of rules.
Yeah.
Can't just have, say, 10 on 10, because 10 on this side could be huge and 10 tiny on that side. So they went by a weight limit, trying to keep it around 1,700 pounds. If they went over, that was an agreed upon deal by both sides of the river.
Each of our pulling together teams piled onto a giant scale for an official weigh-in.
Yeah, and our two brewery teams, Surly and Bad Weather Brewing, hosted us with cold beer on a sunny Friday afternoon. It was the most fun you could ever have, actually stepping onto a scale.
It was. Okay, now rule number one, each pull is 2 minutes long, and then the first team to pull 15 feet across the barge wins.
And if nobody pulls that far within the 2 minutes, then the judges will declare the winner based on who pulled the farthest during that time.
Makes a lot of sense.
Tug, 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 tug.
We are very, very excited. We thank our team captains, Pearsons, who's representing St. Paul. They're on the barge right now.
Michael, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. Feeling good. Don't want to go in the water. Not planning on it either.
And Central Roofing representing Minneapolis.
Right now we're a little nervous. The pre-game nerves are setting in. We just need to get that pull started, and then I'll be ready.
Team Central, number one. 30 seconds is going to be done in 30 seconds.
They're ready. They're ready. We're ready to pull. The rope is tight. We are all set.
Let's get it going. We are ready for the first pull.
20 matches, and here's the big first one. See a lot of lean on the Pearsons.
They are digging in deep, Frank.
Look at their faces. I mean, these guys are working hard.
Pearsons is starting to get a little leeway here. Maybe about a foot, though. That's about it. That's how tight this pull is at this moment. Down to 5 seconds. Let's count it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is.
How are we doing back here?
Tired! Woo!
You won.
I think Central Roofing is waving the victory flag over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Minneapolis takes the first victory.
Way to go, man. Way to
And that's
go.
the start of your day. Minneapolis 1, St. Paul 0.
Holy cow. That was the most intense thing that I have ever seen. Excuse me, sir. Can I have you come back? Yeah. Okay. That was incredible. Tell me a little bit about your strategy there.
Yeah, it's all in the legs.
Yeah, I saw that. Your legs all looked great.
Jason DeRusha is standing by. I don't like to use the term losers with the very competitive St. Paul team, the Pearsons team.
Hey, Pearson's been great, and they've been fun to work with. What are they thinking, Jason? What
I
happened?
tell you what, this was incredible. To go a full 2 minute, honestly, we thought these were going to go about 30 seconds. You guys did not get it done, and that means one thing, Frank. Somebody's got to walk the plank. Mike, you're not walking the plank, are you?
Going in.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
I got to live up to my commitments.
So this tells you a little bit about this company, right? When the team goes down, the leadership, you're taking responsibility.
Yeah, we own this. We're going in for the guys.
All right,
I
they're
like
all
it
wet.
when the CEO and the VP are the ones going in. That's some leadership.
Some
for
responsibility,
sure. All right.
yes.
Indeed.
When you're at an event like this, you can't be more proud to be part of the Twin Cities. When I look around and I've seen the money that's been raised, all the people's excitement, everybody that wants to contribute and help all they can, there's a tug-of-war between the two cities, but we are the Twin Cities. And this is what it's really called about coming together.
Central Roofing is the premier roofing company in the Twin Cities.
The atmosphere is awesome here. I mean, I could not ask for a better place to work.
We take pride in our work. We want to put on a quality product every time, so we get that call back.
It feels like family when you're working here. no difference.
We do kind of take it very personally. You know, everybody's like, oh, it's just business, let's keep it business. But our success has been that we put our whole hearts into it.
Ever since I've worked for Warren, it's always been family first. They're a tight-knit family within themselves, you know, and they realize the importance of how it is for everyone.
It isn't just us, it's everybody in the building. I mean, from the helper that picks up garbage every day to the guys that load the truck. It's not just the four stocks.
We have been more than blessed, both with each other, with our families, with our work, and the successes we've had at Central Roofing, and all the wonderful people that work there with that. What can I do to help them be more successful yet? That's kind of my reason I'm here. How can I make things better?
And there's no cause more important to Central Roofing than making a difference in the lives of children with special needs.
7 years ago, my son was diagnosed autistic. If you were to ask me 7.5 years ago what autism is, I won't lie to you, I have no idea.
When I talked to Warren the first day I met him, I told him I had 2 autistic sons, and at first I thought he was gonna be shocked, you know, maybe I don't wanna hire this guy, but he was all in. I mean, he wanted me to hire me right then and there.
Our oldest daughter has been diagnosed on the autism spectrum, and a lot of work with the therapies and stuff to provide her with the treatments she needs.
Yeah, we just try to help her be as independent as she can.
I don't want to say it's a crutch or something that makes my life harder. I won't say it makes it easy, but it is one of those things we deal with. It's an everyday thing. It's 24 hours a day. It's just always there and a different challenge that you have to deal with.
I really wanted to help because I came from an education background, and so, you know, drawing on the best people that I knew for advocacy and support and resources, and it was so hard. Even when you know what to do, you don't know what to do. Everybody's so different, and the needs change so fast.
The children that they have are so unique. They have this little bit of love in them that you can't duplicate anywhere else. We always say special needs, but at the end of the day, these are special talents. And I can tell you from all our investment, we will see tenfold over what these kids and young adults and people can bring out with this extra help.
If I didn't work for a company that didn't care so much, I know my kids would suffer. They wouldn't be able to go to the therapies that they have.
Well, it's nice to know that, you know, when things aren't working out for us at home or whatever, they understand what it's like to have the issues that we come up with the autistic child, and they're fully behind us on that.
It's not Central's story. It's the story of all the families out there that deal with this every day.
I think without the awareness piece, the rest of us just can't do our job. You know, we can't make things better, smarter for other people. Like, we have to think about it. That's what I hope will come from pulling together as well, and the Fraser goal of connecting families with resources that are close to them.
That's why they're proud sponsors of WCCO's Pulling Together.
I'm not going to give the Pearson people a bad time, but I can tell you that you will not find tougher, more determined, come back every day people than you will with roofers.
Pearson, you're going down.
It's construction versus making candy.
Candy melts.
So why'd we get involved? In the end, it turned out to be a pretty easy decision. Pearsons has always been connected to the community in Minnesota for our 108 years. This is a big community event, so we wanted in. And then the cause. The opportunity to raise all these funds for Fraser is just, it's one of those great things that comes along that you have to say yes to.
The dream of P. Edward Pearson in 1904 was to make the best candy in the world. And with that dream, the Pearson Candy Company was founded.
And I think what's happened is multiple generations of Minnesotans and other upper Midwesterners have grown up with the Pearsons brand. And in many cases, it seems like you learn to eat Pearsons candy from your parents. Almost like wisdom that's passed down from a family member to family member, generation to generation. And Pearsons has really been serving the Minnesota community, Minnesota families, and really the upper Midwest for over a century now. And I think there's an attachment to Pearsons wherever we may be. Pearsons has been on 7th Street, West 7th Street, since 1959, and it does feel like we're part of a community there as well. It sort of begins the downtown trek, and you know, in the earlier days, that was one of the main thoroughfares to get downtown. At the time, too, we had, I don't even think there were boulevard trees at that point, So our funny candy cane sign, which has always been sort of an inside joke because we never made candy canes, but our big candy cane sign, which had the huge Pearsons sign on top of that, was really visible in both directions as you were heading up and down West 7th Street. There's so much iconography to West 7th Street that we named our most recent brand 7th Street Confections. A nod to St. Paul, a nod to West 7th Street, and we think a great house brand for Pearsons that also will travel, because you go to most major metro areas of the United States and there are 7th Streets. When various organizations reach out to us for sponsorship or engagement, when the St. Paul Area Chamber of Commerce asks us to engage in certain ways in the community, the answer is just yes. It's a natural yes, because we just feel like we're part of something larger than ourselves, and we have a lot of pride in being in that location. All that green grass, those goofy candy canes, our plant is just, it's part of what people know as St. Paul. And just like the cherry and spoon over in Minneapolis, that Pearsons red sign in St. Paul, it means something, and I think it links a lot of people and organizations together. And we have developed do-goody partnerships with various nonprofit organizations around the Twin Cities, whether they're serving a population or they're a school, whatever it might be. And that's just kind of how we roll. And when we were presented with the opportunity for pulling together, knowing that it could benefit Pearsons and the brand 7th Street Confections we were launching, but also would have a direct benefit for Fraser, an organization with which we're familiar, an organization that's in St. Paul. Some of our employees are very aware of it. Some of our employees' families have benefited from Fraser services. It really checked that box pretty quickly for us, because it felt like it was just expanding the portfolio of community organizations that we've been able to support over the years. Yeah, we're very excited to be captain for the St. Paul team. We love all of our teammates. I think it's a great collection of organizations, teams, and businesses. And it's part of what makes St. Paul special. I mean, it's amazing that the Twin Cities has all that it has, and that each city has its own identity. Each city has its own iconic companies and teams and organizations. And that's what makes pulling together kind of special and unique. It's pulling all of that together. Yeah, it's a rivalry, but also there's a reason why we're called the Twin Cities. Yes, I do have some tug-of-war experience. I have probably been involved in at least 25, if not 30 tugs of war over time, either as a kid, as a camp counselor, as somebody to organize them. It's just a lot of fun. I always see it as a way to bring a lot of people together. And yes, I like to be on the rope pulling too. I don't know that I make a difference when I'm on the rope, but it sure is fun to be dug in with friends or teammates, whatever it might be. And I will say this last thing. If anybody ends up in the water, the cold Mississippi water, being pulled into it or being forced to walk a plank and jump into it, I have to take one for the team, and it's going to have to be me.
Thank you, Pearsons!
I know you have a bet going on with Pearsons. Can you tell me about the bet?
Well, actually, the bet was who raised the most funds. And I actually got a very cordial email from the CEO at Pearson. They're going to send our candy on Monday because he conceded that we definitely did the fundraising, and our guys were fantastic at it. It was definitely a group effort.
So they outraised us 3-1. Congratulations to them. Phenomenal fundraising effort from Central. So we'll be supplying a tremendous amount of candy to the Central Roofing team, and we're okay with that, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Good? We're good.
Shh, but we got a few dollars from the St. Paul side.
Let's go Wild!
Time for poll number 2. It is Minnesota Wild representing St. Paul and Minnesota United Soccer representing Minneapolis.
Doing great. We're ready to go.
You have, these are all full-time and part-time employees?
Yep, these are all of our employees. We're still a little angry about that St. Louis loss, so we're here to do something better today.
Feeling good. You know, we're in season right now. Wild aren't.
Ready for win number 2.
1, pull! Oh, go! Come on, let's move this. There you go!
Boy, it really is becoming an endurance thing more than a strength thing, I think, Frank.
Nordy is doing his absolute best to cheer on his team.
3, 2, 1. There it is. Oh, we have St. Paul victory.
That didn't take but a second. They knew it right away.
I was good for like the first 30 seconds, and then after that, not so much.
Nordy, I give you all the credit.
Well, we had expectations that we would win. We didn't think it was going to be that difficult.
Someone's got to go in the river. Who's going in? Yeah, everyone's going in. They glues together. They're jumping in together.
Go Doomtree!
Doomtree, bang-a-rang! Do this with me now. Will all these rappers tug the same? Okay, Doomtree has these lyrics like that. That was kind of a play on that. That's what that was.
You're the best.
All
I
right.
love it. Yeah, we got a couple groups going head-to-head. It's Doomtree and High Respects, and we are back out to Jason and Kylie to see who's going to bring the heat on that barge.
I love it. You've got your whole band out here, all 6 members, ready to rock. And any strategy here?
Pull and hold on for your life.
Tell you what, that's textbook.
Okay, so can you guys, I mean, can you do like a little freestyle about pulling together on a barge?
Yo, no.
Doomtree's ready.
3, 2, 1, pull!
Physically exhausted.
There it is, St. Paul, ladies and gentlemen.
We're super psyched to do it, and if any time is for a good cause, count on us.
Absolutely. St. Paul getting it done over here.
I feel great. I feel like we still win either way. We never lost.
All to help Fraser, exactly. All right, but now it is time for you to go in the river. Whoa, whoa, that was a big one. There we go.
It was really clear that our CrossFit really helped out.
It did help.
I know that Doomtree was doing a daily regiment of, pushing tires and whatnot, but that clearly didn't make any difference here today.
High Respects representing St. Paul and the winners of that tug-of-war pull, Frank.
Yeah. Congratulations to them. So there's a lot of things to do when the pulls aren't going on that you can do here. We have live music. There are food trucks. There's a beer tent in a garden. Competition between Surly and Bad Weather breweries. It's happening.
And lots of stuff for the kids as well, Frank. Punch balloons from Central Roofing, kids tug-of-war going on, bubbles, local team mascots, a sensory tent provided by Fraser to make sure that every child has a great time, and North Star Therapy Animals as well.
Really well thought out and thought of everything.
Yeah, well, High Respects is just really excited to be a part of this great event here in support of Fraser, and really grateful to get the invitation, and we're going to have a great time playing for all the folks here today.
1, 2, 3, Team
This is the poll that we have all been waiting for. One of the biggest rivalries that you will find not only in the state of Minnesota, but in news stations across the country. We have Team Chris up against Team Frank.
Frank the Tank! Frank the Tank!
I don't know if I'm more afraid of losing to St. Paul or of Frank being upset at losing to St. Paul.
I got this guy right behind me, Maxie. He is our anchor, so I'm not worried at all. We got this. You're going down, Team Frank. No!
Look, everybody at home knows Frank and I are like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Sonny and Cher. This time we're going against each other, and St. Paul is going to emerge victorious, and we will own the smack-talking rights in the newsroom, Jason.
We love the 651. We love St. Paul. We are so excited to finally defeat Vassalero. He's going down.
Long overdue. Long overdue.
Do you have a strategy that you can give away right now?
Yes, but then Chris would hear me, so I can't tell you. But we are going to get after it. Don't worry. You'll watch and see. It's going to be like a tutorial in tug-of-war.
3, 2, 1, go! Chimichanga, chimichanga! Step and pull!
All right, guys, if you're hurting, the other team's hurting worse. Hold it! You got it! Just hold it! Get on it! You got 50 seconds left! Everything you got to get here! 8 seconds!
Chimichanga, chimichanga! 3, 2, 1, step!
Come on.
There you go! Good, that was good!
There you go, there you go! Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Team Frank is the winner on the Minneapolis side. Amazing. The polling power that we had here on the Minneapolis side is absolutely incredible. Frank, come on up here. I know you're exhausted. Leading this team, you did amazing. All right, there you go. Tell me a little bit about how you're feeling right now.
strong and tired, and look at my fantastic team. Way to go, people.
Okay, can you reveal your strategy?
Yeah. We wanted to get after them early. We had our keyword, which was chimichanga. So we screamed chimichanga, then we do 3, 2, 1 step pull. And we got them early and we were able to hold. Then we did another chimichanga with 40 seconds left and we gained even more ground.
You guys are incredible. That was amazing, a feat of strength, not just talented on the news set, but strong all across the board. Jason, Chris.
The judges tell us it was the closest pull all day, but they may just be trying to make us feel better because we're very fragile TV people.
That sounds like loser talk to me, Jason. It was close. You guys did great. Nice effort. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. They got us. They got us.
They did get us.
Oh my God.
Chimichanga.
It's quite an experience. I tip my hat, if I had one on, to Frank and the crew on the Minneapolis side. That was a battle.
All right, well, this is the time that all of our viewers have been waiting for. Somebody has to walk the plank, Chris.
We had 2 lovely volunteers here, which is nice for the St. Paul side. Jeff Wagner and Molly Rosenblatt.
Got to earn my keep, so I figured I'll take one for the team, right?
You did great, Molly. How did you feel about your effort?
I did my best, you know. I think I'm pretty strong.
You are strong. Both of you guys, small but mighty.
I had a bag of mini donuts before this. I don't know if it was a good idea.
I think it was a great idea.
Okay.
You guys are going in the water. Let's go. Doing it for the entire WCCO St. Paul team. Here they go. In the drink, Jeff and Molly. What can you do, guys? We lost. It happens.
Is there anything we can do about it? We're going to appeal. We're going to appeal. We're going to appeal to the tug-of-war National Committee, and there will be a rematch.
I mean, the saddest thing that motivated us, we're like, we have to win this because we don't want to hear them all year long in the newsroom.
Right.
And I'm married to one of them.
Right.
I don't need that. Oh, gosh, I'm not going to even bother.
I'm going to try to be classy about this, but I felt like we had it.
I love their passion. I love their enthusiasm. And I hope they're able to recover from this mentally and physically.
You have 2 thoughts in your head while you're out there pulling. First, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Second, you want to give a good showing for the team, right? Team St. Paul, they donated so much money to Fraser. We didn't want to let them down, so we gave it all just to thank everybody that gave so much to our great charity.
I want to be a very gracious winner, and thank you, crowd. We did win. We appreciate it.
It's very hard for me to say you won fair and square. I'll be getting sand out of my shoes for months, I think. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. I had a good team. We had a good strategy, and we did our best. It was close. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was competitive.
It was fair and square.
Yeah. And the winner, of course, though, is Fraser, which is really the best part of the whole deal.
No doubt.
People with special needs are really getting all kinds of great help from Fraser. Things like speech therapy, help with social skills, support for families. Really, the impact you're making will truly touch your heart. Don't miss it.
Oh my goodness, this pulling together event today is it's so tremendous. I mean, leading up to it, I was really excited. So well thought out, and the participation from local organizations and community members, people making donations. I mean, when do you see something like this with so much engagement across donating and participating teams that are here today? It's super cool. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it right now.
Well, one of our league mates is actually pulling today. Her brother has autism, so many of us have his name written on our arm, and we're pulling for him. Dues? Stews. We're pulling for dues! Yeah!